Chris Cornell, the legendary American musician and singer, tragically died on May 18, 2017, at the age of 52, in his hotel room at the MGM Grand Detroit, Michigan. On that evening, Cornell had performed a sold-out Soundgarden concert at the Fox Theater and returned to his suite in the early hours. Later that night, after a phone call in which he sounded confused and slurred, his wife, Vicky Cornell, became concerned and asked their bodyguard, Martin Kirsten, to check on him. Upon entering the room shortly after midnight, Kirsten discovered Cornell unresponsive in the bathroom, having used a red exercise resistance band to hang himself from the shower door. Emergency personnel arrived quickly, but he was pronounced dead at approximately 1:30 a.m. The Wayne County Medical Examiner officially ruled the cause of death as suicide by hanging. Toxicology reports revealed several prescription medications in his system, including lorazepam Ativan, which his family suggested may have impaired his judgment and contributed to a possible impulsive act, though the medications were not officially cited as the direct cause of death. No suicide note or evidence of foul play was found, and the death was sudden, shocking friends, fans, and colleagues worldwide. Chris Cornell was born on July 20, 1964, in Seattle, Washington. He was best known as the lead vocalist and songwriter for Soundgarden and Audioslave, where his extraordinary vocal range and emotionally charged performances became defining elements of 1990s and 2000s rock music. Dolores O'Riordan, Irish singer and songwriter, tragically died on January 15, 2018, at the age of 46, in her hotel room at the Hilton Park Lane in London, England. On that morning, a hotel cleaner discovered her unresponsive in the bathtub of her room and immediately alerted the police, who found her fully submerged, face up, and clothed in pajamas. An inquest at Westminster Coroner's Court in September 2018 revealed that O'Riordan's death was a result of accidental drowning due to alcohol intoxication, with toxicology tests showing her blood alcohol concentration at 330 milligrams per 100 milliliters, more than 4 times the legal driving limit, while only therapeutic levels of her prescribed bipolar disorder medication were present, which did not contribute to her death. The coroner, Dr. Shirley Radcliffe, confirmed there was no evidence of self-harm, no suicide note, and no injuries, ruling the death a tragic accident. Initial speculation in the media arose because the final cause was delayed pending toxicology results, but the investigation confirmed that no external mistake or foul play was involved. O'Riordan had lost consciousness in the bath due to excessive alcohol consumption. At the time, she had been in London for a short recording session, and friends reported she had been in good spirits just days before the incident. Born on September 6, 1971, in County Limerick, Ireland, Dolores O'Riordan became the lead singer and primary lyricist of the rock band The Cranberries, known for her distinctive mezzo-soprano voice and unique yodeling technique. She was best known for the hit songs Zombie and Linger, which cemented her place in 1990s alternative rock. Extenuation, the American rapper and singer-songwriter born Jose Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, tragically died on June 18, 2018, at the age of 20, in a violent and senseless attack outside Riva Motorsports, a motorcycle dealership in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Earlier that day, he had withdrawn approximately $50,000 in cash from a bank, making him the target of a planned robbery. As he was leaving the dealership in his BMW i8, a black SUV blocked his vehicle, and 2 armed men, Michael Boatwright and Traven Newsom, approached, demanding his belongings. During the struggle, they stole a Louis Vuitton bag containing the cash, and Boatwright shot Extenuation multiple times, primarily in the neck and chest, while he attempted to leave. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but was pronounced dead at 4:51 p.m. EDT. The attack was deliberate and targeted. No mistake occurred in identifying him, and he was the only victim. 4 men were later charged. Boatwright, Newsom, and Dedrick Williams were convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery, receiving life sentences, while Robert Allen, who had been an accomplice, testified for the prosecution in exchange for a reduced sentence. The tragic event, a brutal daylight ambush, cut short a rising career that had already gained massive attention for its raw, emotional, and genre-bending music. Extentation's story and untimely death are explored in the Hulu documentary Look at Me, Extentacion, 2022, which details his troubled childhood, legal issues, controversial behavior, meteoric rise to fame, and the circumstances that led to his murder, providing a full picture of the final moments of his life and the devastating impact of his loss. Paul Gray, the American musician and bassist for the heavy metal band Slipknot, tragically died on May 24, 2010, at the age of 38, in a hotel room at the Town Place Suites in Urbandale, Iowa. His body was discovered by a hotel employee after his family requested a welfare check, having not heard from him for several days. An autopsy and toxicology reports later determined that Gray had died from an accidental overdose of morphine and the synthetic opioid fentanyl, with traces of the anti-anxiety medication Xanax also found in his system. The scene revealed a hypodermic needle and scattered pills, and the autopsy noted that he had significant heart disease, which may have contributed to the fatal outcome. Police ruled out foul play, confirming that Gray's death was unintentional. Gray had long struggled with drug addiction, including heroin and prescription medications, and was under treatment with Dr. Daniel Baldi for anxiety and pain. Controversy later arose over the doctor's prescribing practices, leading to involuntary manslaughter charges in 2012. However, Dr. Baldi was acquitted in 2014 after it was determined that the morphine and fentanyl responsible for Gray's death were not prescribed by him. The family later settled a civil lawsuit with the doctor and his former employers in 2018. Paul Gray was born on April 8, 1972, in Los Angeles, California, and later moved to Des Moines, Iowa. He was best known as the co-founder and bassist of Slipknot, where he played under the stage persona #2 and often wore a pig mask, and for his work on their acclaimed albums Slipknot, 1999, and Iowa, 2001, which helped define the band's aggressive, chaotic sound. Pop Smoke, the American rapper and pioneer of Brooklyn drill, tragically passed away on February 19, 2020, at the age of 20, in a violent home invasion at his rented Hollywood Hills residence in Los Angeles. In the early hours of the morning, around 4:30 a.m., 4 masked intruders quietly climbed the second-story balcony, drawn by the sight of jewelry and the unintentional reveal of his location on social media. Pop Smoke, who had been enjoying a quiet night, confronted the intruders as they began searching the house for valuables, leading to a tense and frightening struggle. During the confrontation, he was pistol-whipped and shot multiple times in the torso, with bullets striking vital organs including his heart, stomach, and left kidney. Despite the immediate efforts of emergency responders and a thoracotomy at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, he was pronounced dead a few hours later. The robbery had been the intruder's motive, targeting his diamond-studded Rolex, which they later sold for just $2,000. This devastating incident highlighted the dangers of sudden fame and how quickly a single social media post could place someone in mortal danger. All perpetrators were eventually arrested and faced justice, with Corey Walker receiving a 29-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter and home invasion robbery, while others were charged as juveniles. Born Bishar Baraka Jackson on July 20, 1999, in Brooklyn, New York, Pop Smoke rose to fame with his unique, deep voice and energetic performances. He became widely known for his breakout hits Welcome to the Party, 2019, and Dior, 2019, songs that quickly made him a global sensation and defined the Brooklyn drill sound. Tom Petty, the American singer, songwriter, and legendary guitarist, tragically passed away on October 2, 2017, at the age of 66, at his home in Malibu, California. In the early morning, His wife Dana York discovered him unconscious and not breathing. Emergency responders arrived quickly and rushed him to UCLA Medical Center, where doctors performed life-saving efforts, including resuscitation, but he was later pronounced dead. Initial news reports cited cardiac arrest, but the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner later confirmed that the actual cause of death was multi-system organ failure due to an accidental overdose from a mix of prescription medications, including fentanyl, oxycodone, temazepam, alprazolam, citalopram, and illicit fentanyl derivatives. Petty had been suffering from multiple serious health issues, including emphysema, chronic knee problems, and a severely fractured hip, which he had injured while preparing for his 40th anniversary tour with the Heartbreakers. On the day of his death, the fracture worsened to a full break, and in an attempt to manage the unbearable pain, he reportedly overused his prescribed medications, which tragically led to his accidental overdose. His family emphasized that it was not intentional, describing it as an unfortunate consequence of enduring extreme pain while remaining committed to his fans. The circumstances of his death, including his final days on tour and health struggles, were later explored in the Reel's documentary, Autopsy: The Last Hours of Tom Petty, December 2020. Born Thomas Earl Petty in 1950, Gainesville, Florida, he became widely known for hits like Free Fallin', 1989, and I Won't Back Down, 1989, which solidified his place as one of rock music's most authentic and enduring voices. Whitney Houston, the iconic American singer and actress, tragically passed away on February 11, 2012, at the age of 48, in her suite at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, just hours before she was scheduled to attend a Grammy Awards event. Her personal assistant returned to the room around 3:55 p.m. PST and found Whitney submerged face down in the bathtub, unresponsive. Emergency services were immediately called, and paramedics performed CPR for about 20 minutes, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office conducted a thorough investigation and autopsy, determining that the primary cause of death was accidental drowning, with significant contributing factors including atherosclerotic heart disease, which had narrowed her arteries, and chronic cocaine use, which likely caused her to lose consciousness in the water. Toxicology results also showed traces of marijuana, Xanax, Benadryl, and Flexeril, but only cocaine and the heart disease contributed to the fatal event. In the days leading up to her death, Whitney had shown signs of physical and emotional distress. On February 9, 2012, at a pre-Grammy party hosted by Kelly Price, she was reportedly disheveled and erratic, sustaining minor injuries, including scratches on her wrist and blood on her leg. The next day, hotel staff dealt with water damage from her suite, indicating possible accidents in her room. On the day of her death, it is believed that her heart condition, combined with cocaine intoxication, caused her to collapse in the bathtub, leading to drowning. There was no foul play or external mistake. Her death was the tragic result of substance use and pre-existing medical conditions interacting in a fatal moment.